Okay. So, wait, hold on. That's how we know it's for the Switch. It's
Oh
gonna be,
yeah, yeah.
it's gonna be
We didn't
released
know
on the
that
Switch.
before, so it's great that they confirm that.
Yeah. Now, if they had put like a plus at the end, you know, like the iPhone Pro or whatever.
Do you imagine if instead of like talking about the Nintendo Switch Pro, all they did was show a trailer for a game and it just has like a plus next to the Switch logo?
Yeah. So Link, he's getting cursed or something.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of an interesting thing because,
This looks like the Calamity wasn't destroyed. You know, if like Link
well,
failed
sure,
or something.
the Calamity was just coming from Ganon. I think the first trailer about as much confirmed that as was possible. But the
Yeah.
interesting thing is the arm thing was actually an idea they had for the original game, so I guess they
Oh,
finally decided to roll with it.
yeah. So I guess it's kind of like backwards from the other Zelda games where you. No, wait, no. In Twilight Princess, you fight Beast Ganon before you fight Person Ganon. But
Well,
Ocarina of
first
Time.
you fight possessed Zelda Ganon.
That's true. Maybe we'll fight Possessed Zelda too.
That game is literally 4 phases long, boss fight.
But in Ocarina of Time, you fight Beast, or you fight Ganondorf and then Ganon.
Yeah. Well, that might stem from the fact that Ocarina of Time was supposed to be like Ganon's origin story. It makes more
Yeah.
sense to go from like who he actually was to being turned into like a monster because of the Triforce's power, probably.
And this game it looks like we're fighting Ganondorf, well, or Zombie Ganon or whatever.
Well, you need to like advance it frame by frame so you can look at that like one frame image of that weird sorceress thing and see if that's Ganon or not. I couldn't tell, it was too quick. Yeah, I don't know if Link's arm is just getting like consumed here and straight up replaced, or if this just goes like over his arm.
It looked straight up replaced from the next parts. Also,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, yeah, it's zombie cannon. It almost looks like he did this by accident in that frame. He's like, "Oh, what?
I didn't want to give you my powers.
Wait, I wanted that for me. How am I supposed to rehydrate now?"
You gotta give him a glass of water, and then he'll let you into the city. So yeah, there's red in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's still Ganon.
Uh, oh
Yeah, and this is where Zelda guy dies. It wouldn't be the first time it's
yeah,
happened though.
this happens immediately after the cave trekking in the previous trailer.
Yeah,
Shoot,
I guess Link
missed.
didn't manage to pull her back up because he grabbed her arm
Yeah,
in
see,
that trailer, but
she
I
made
guess he dropped her or something.
yeah she made the mistake of not having Rivali's Gale.
She should put Velcro on her gloves, and Link should put the other side of the Velcro on his gloves. Then she wouldn't slip out of his hand.
Co-op mode for Legend of Zelda. All right.
They're Velcroed together.
I wonder what that's like. All right, so there's white in this game, and then this
Yeah, I
is
want to point out that Link literally looks like he just came out of ancient Greece or something. Is this Kid Icarus?
oh, I thought it was Skyward Sword too, but in that game you can only get around from burbs.
Yeah, and in Kid Icarus you can only get around because Palutena. So
Hmm.
maybe this is Palutena power or something.
Also, he's not using his paraglider.
Yeah,
Or he's doing the Chad move where he just used the paraglider at like 2 inches off the ground.
that's probably what he's doing. Or otherwise, he has like all 30 hearts, so he just wants to face plant because he can do it.
Yeah, or abusing Mipha's grace.
Yeah, he's got to use it so that it can recharge.
Right. You gotta get those yellow hearts.
Yeah, this is like those Minecraft floating islands.
Oh.
Everything's so squarish.
Oh, that's probably just the level of detail though. Because they're far away.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what if they just make it Minecraft?
Yeah, you load up the game, and the bottom when you're still on the ground is Breath of the Wild, and then
Yeah.
as soon as you go into the floating islands, there's a loading screen, and when it spits you out, you're in Minecraft in the floating islands.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild 2 is actually a Minecraft 2 mod.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Also,
he
you
still
can.
has the paraglider. Oh, but the paraglider has streamers now, so that's exciting.
Well, did didn't Link have? No, that was. I was excited for like Link's blue scarf. I thought that was gonna be in Breath of the Wild, but it was in the other game.
Hyrule Warriors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that shield's good for shield surfing?
Probably not. It doesn't look. It looks like it would have relatively high friction.
Also, are those like special? Are those the snow boots?
No, he's just wearing ancient Greece outfit because apparently ancient Greece. Everyone thought that Greece was destroyed or whatever, but apparently what they actually did was they just moved into the sky and let the Romans take over.
Oh,
So that's what this is. Link's just trying to blend in or something.
so is this like a ripoff of the Zelda Breath of the Wild ripoff?
Immortals Phoenix Rising?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, makes sense.
Yeah.
All
Also,
right.
Link's really let his hair go.
Look at it wave. Look at it.
Look at that hair physics.
Oh, there's hair physics. Wow. And there's bird physics.
Yeah, that's in the original game.
It's probably not even physics. But if you look in the bottom left corner, looks like there's a shrine thing. Or like a pedestal, one of those things you put the ball on.
There's just a no. It's a weird rock thing, yeah.
If you look at the bottom right corner, there's a
Maybe that, like,
Mario.
there's still a lot of Sheikah stuff in this, which apparently the ruins are still in it, so that's not unheard of. Um, but if there's still like Sheikah stuff in this, they've probably been very careful not to show it yet, really, because
Well, isn't the eye?
well, the Sheikah Eye's been in pretty much every game since it was first made.
That's true.
Even if Sheikah themselves never appear.
Actually,
I don't actually
the
remember.
this monster, the design on it looks like the design on the shield.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Of course, that could just be a motif, not anything. Then there's a symbol on his belly. I don't. Do you know what this monster is? Looks like a gecko or
Mm.
something.
Well, that doesn't look all that familiar. There's some bosses in past games that are kind of like this, I guess.
Like in Link's Awakening, is that snake that comes out of the door.
Yeah.
Also, this guy.
Like the kind of golem likeness reminds me of something like Godon or something like that.
And the things on its shoulder kind of look like
They
that.
look like little lotus blossoms or something.
Those flower things on the background. So
Yeah, they
definitely,
just.
whoever made these buildings made this monster.
Oh, probably. I don't even know if it's gonna attack you. It might just like be a terminal or something, or you exchange for flying juice or something. I don't know.
Ah, yes. Flying juice. I actually had some flying juice earlier today. They painted a face.
I think that's. I think you can find those in the original game. Yeah, they've always had like markings on them. Maybe that's like a new marking or something, but I kind of doubt it. I bet you could find that in the first game. I mean,
Yeah,
you
I
can't
think I
find
think
it
you're
on
right.
top of a talus, but
I wonder if the Talus is aware of what's going on.
um, it's. I mean, it's aware enough to throw rocks at you, so it's got to be aware to some extent.
This is like his cursed arm.
Oh, it looks like it's getting burned into his flesh or something. So that kind of sucks. But now he doesn't have to hold on to the tablet the whole time. He can just like use his new Jedi powers and
Yeah,
use the.
you probably use ancient powers or whatever ancient tech along with
Also,
his
your boy
bows or swords or something.
needs to clip his fingernails.
Oh well, that's a personal preference. I mean, I know I like to keep my nails short, but some people, you know.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't speak for him. I keep my nails short
Yeah.
too.
Also, this ball. See, it's rolling down at him.
Yeah. There's balls like that in Breath of the Wild 1, but it looks like they updated it to look.
So this one looks like it's stasis, but I think what it is it goes
Oh
backwards.
wait, you're right. Yeah, I think it's. I think what they're doing is they're like upgrading all of the rooms, or at least stasis. So like
Yeah.
stasis, you could freeze it in time and do all the momentum stuff, and I bet you can still do that. But now you can also just like move it back in time
Yeah.
a ways, which is really neat. So I wonder how, or if they're gonna upgrade the other runes, or if they're just gonna give him new stuff.
That's a good question. But
And then they'll upgrade like the base 4 though, in some way. I'm sure you'll still have bombs at least.
oh well, there better be infinite of them too.
Yeah.
Also this.
This flamethrower shield thing.
Yeah,
Also, what is this thing?
that he's
Is that a
fighting.
like?
That's the most terrifying like I'd ever seen.
Yeah, but it's possible, right? It's the only previously existing Zelda
Oh,
enemy that even reminds me of this thing. It could just be a new thing though.
okay. Yeah, so the flames made it retract for like a frame, and then it shoots out,
Yeah.
and he dodges like a boss. Let me get a better
Yeah.
look at that. It looks like Mayan,
Let's see.
the thing on his shield.
Oh yeah, the head. Yeah, it is like
Because the
um,
Mayans have those
oh, the
dragon.
Zonai stuff. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
sure
and
people are already writing up their part twos to their Zonai theories.
oh no. Okay, here's your
I guess
favorite
the
part.
Zonai are a mixture of ancient Greece and ancient Mayans or something. For the Aztec, I don't know enough about the various ancient cultures of the Americas to know the difference just
Okay,
from
so
architectural design.
that's true. You don't know anything.
So, puddle.
Your voice cut out.
This is a puddle.
Yeah, this is your favorite part.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna play it so you can hear it this time.
Yes.
Yep. I think they
So
had
I guess
backwards stuff in the first trailer too, didn't they?
if you find those puddles on the ground or something, they act as the transportation points up to the sky. You know what? I bet it's a lot like one of the original ideas they had for Wind Waker, which I think they mostly cut for time constraints, was Hyrule itself was going to be like the second overworld you could explore. And around various points in that place, you could find like fish hooks that you would pull on, I guess, and Link would get fished up back into the Great Sea. So I
Oh.
think those puddles are like those fish hooks.
Do you think that puddle was on, like, the Hyrule ground?
Yeah, I think it was on the ground, which you can actually tell where this is because those trees only appear around
Right.
Thunder Plateau.
And there's supposed to be shrines down there, but I don't
And
know
I
if...
think, yeah, like the Blood Moon Shrine was, well, it's behind this floating island anyway, so you wouldn't be able to see it if it was still there, but there would have been like the stable shrine right to the right of your cursor.
Right here?
Down, yeah, not that far, because that's across the bridge. The stable was like kind of on that corner.
Oh.
Oh, you're gone. I don't know where you went. It's gone now. Yeah, that's pretty much right where the stable was. Unless I have my orientation wrong.
Yeah,
But I don't.
so far it's looking like these sky people are a different culture from, like, anyone that we've met so far.
Oh, there's been a lot of Sky people in the Zelda series. A lot. Because there's the. And pretty much all of them have been pretty distinct. Skyward Sword, obviously, was. I mean, it was just Hylians or humans at that point. I don't think they called themselves Hylians yet.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
The Twilight Princess had those burbs.
the Ukas, Uka.
Ukuku, something like that.
Yeah, and they had. Yeah, and it's hard to tell because there's also the Minish Cap, which had the Wind Tribe in it, who literally used to live in the marshes or whatever. And then at some point they were like, okay, screw the land, we're gonna just go live in the sky. And they did.
And they did.
Yeah, and pretty much everyone forgot about them, except for the royal family, I think, still knew about them, and that was it. So then there's the question of, did the Uka come from the Wind Tribe? And they like eventually evolved into the Uka or something?
Yeah, that's true.
Or are they like two different sky dwelling races? And if that's true, what about this?
What is this?
Are the,
Yeah.
are the Zonai the Wind Tribe just seeing more of it?
Well, these things kind of remind me of those birds because they had eggs and stuff. Or
Yeah,
I don't know, but they do look like
their
lotus.
architecture in the temple in general looked kind of different, though.
That's right.
Of course, I don't know if they built that temple or if they just borrowed it. So the dragon probably destroyed most of it, unless they just haven't been keeping up with repairs.
Yeah,
Anyways, I
because
feel like their design was more oval, circular type stuff, and this is like very geometric.
yeah, it doesn't. It looks like so in the next shot, it shows Hyrule Castle flying up,
Uh-huh.
but I don't know if those islands were already up there. I think they were, or if they just
Yeah,
came up from the ground as well or something.
I think the idea is in Skyward Sword, only like only like the mainland, uh, only part of the floating islands ever came back down. Um, and eventually the Hylians returned, the humans returned to the surface, obviously. Um, but I think the implication is that the floating islands, for the most part, actually just stayed up in the sky.
Just
They
chilling.
didn't ever go anywhere. So I think those floating islands were always there, or
And
have been there since
since the
Hylia was
beginning,
like, just push them up there, you know?
Nehru's people.
In any case, the castle really didn't ascend as high as I thought it might.
Oh, it's just sitting there. It just went up like 2 feet.
I mean, that's a lot more than 2 feet,
Yeah,
but
I think this is the last shot.
yeah, it is
We get some somber,
very
uh,
Asian
Asian.
music.
Yeah, you know, if you ever watched Avatar: Last Airbender.
Yeah, I mean, that's hardly the, but yeah. Um,
what's what's that instrument?
I don't know, but they use it a lot. It's like, oh, we want this to be Asian inspired, and they're like, oh, you got to put that instrument in there.
Yeah, it's like whenever they want to make some otherworldly music, they're always playing with a duduk.
I was kind of hoping that
Yeah.
they were working on rebuilding Castletown or something, but it looks like no one's put in any work since Breath of the Wild 1, so
Oh, like on.
that's kind of sad. Because everyone's like hoping for new things that'll help spice up the land since, it's like reusing the same map.
Yeah,
Um,
I think they could definitely like add an element of time progression.
yeah, and adding more settlements, I think, was kind of a common thing people wanted.
Yeah.
Maybe rebuilding Castletown will be like this game's building Terrytown quest.
Oh, yeah.
It
Or
probably hasn't been horribly long since the first game, though.
yeah. Yeah,
It's
because
hard to know.
the area in front of the castle definitely still looks ruined.
Mm,
But that's about
it's
it
kind of
from
like,
what I can tell about this map. I mean, obviously
yeah,
the
it's kind
lighting.
of conveniently placed at an angle where, yeah, for one, since it's at like dusk or whatever, the lighting makes it hard to make anything out, anyways. But it's also conveniently placed at an angle where you can't really see any other specific landmarks that are
Yeah,
important.
there's this skull thing down here.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, it looks gorgeous, of course.
Oh, yeah, but
I
so
want.
far it hasn't looked. I'm not a tech expert, but it hasn't looked horribly upgraded from the first game. Obviously, they've added a few new textures or models for the
I
Sky
mean,
Island.
yeah, it looked like they added some mechanics, but the rendering looks very similar.
It looks pretty much the same.
Yeah.
I think they could technically make it a little better because the Switch is slightly better than the Wii U was, and the game
Yeah.
was actually made for that.
There's definitely going to be like optimizations and stuff because some people still like. I know Kevin complains about the frame rate sometimes.
Yeah, it
It
gets
hitches
really
sometimes.
bad in Korok Forest, especially, but a little bit in
Hateno.
Charon.
I think one of the
That's
villages is pretty.
the village, Korok Forest.
Yeah, but still, yeah, definitely optimized.
They'll probably fix it up a little bit. I don't know if they're gonna bother to fix up the textures though. Yeah, it just holds on the shot for. Um, I wonder if you're gonna have to like.
The stuff
You
is
see how
coming
there's still
down.
like a pillar almost that looks like it's connecting it to the ground instead of it being completely off. I wonder if you have to like climb up like inside of that pillar
Go down
to
to
get the
Ganon. Ganon's
hieroglyphical.
gonna be down there, isn't he?
Yeah,
Down in the
they
hole.
probably. The implication was that actual Ganon was always below the castle. And I don't know why Link and Zelda decided to go check out the source. Maybe she was like, I just want to go see him because he keeps coming back. And see
Yeah,
if there's
she's probably
anything
having
about him.
dreams.
Or she's having dreams. She's probably having dreams. Because
I
that's what
talked over you. I
normally
don't know
happens.
what you said.
I was just agreeing with you. You're right. And it's pretty much Zelda's thing. She always has these dreams and is like, oh, well, I guess the
Oh,
end of the world's coming again.
gosh dang it. I mean,
I guess she gets to be one of the unlucky Zeldas that it happens to multiple times.
what if you know, Link can just go back to the stasis chamber, you know, wake up 100 years later again.
For another 100 years. So you're saying it's actually 100 years into the future again?
Well, that's unlikely. I was just saying that he could just do that in the next game. You know,
Like
instead of fighting Ganon
just pieces out. I'll
again.
be back. Gonna take a power nap. Yeah, but then Cass will be dead. And what's the point of having a sequel if you can't see Cass again?
Oh, good point. There better be Cass. Otherwise, why even play?
Mm-hmm. Unless you can pet the dogs, then it's worth it to play again.
Oh, and the horses' heads come through the window. My house still better be there. I paid a lot
Oh,
of
can
money
I
for that
register
house.
a bear? That's what I want to know. Maybe they'll finally let you register it on horses.
Burr.
If I want to ride a bear, then just let me ride a bear.
Nah, well, okay. You can ride the bear.
Okay, I meant like permanently.
Oh, and get bear armor.
I guess, yeah.
And
Be able to whistle and the bear will come to you.
yeah, yeah.
It doesn't run away when you get off of it.
That's a monster.
Yeah, I want to register a stall horse. I love riding those things.
I don't. I have yet to do it. I haven't gone that.
You're
This
gonna
looks
let it
like
play out so we can see if any of the tendrils form letters.
yeah. Let me. I need to spend another 20 hours on this. I'll get back to you. Actually, this would look real good in HDR. Because there's a lot of like high contrast areas.
Yeah. No, this is a really cool shot for sure. It's pretty easy to do that with Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, they didn't release it in HDR. Oh well.
Okay, I doubt I'd be able to see it anyways.
No, it'd be all blinky for you. First look teaser.
I bet everybody in Hyrule's gonna be so pissed off. They're gonna be like, oh my goodness, we just got rid of the last Calamity Gunk.
Come
And now
on,
it's
Zelda.
rising out of the ground again.
Actually, wait, that's a good point. There's no Calamity Gunk on. Because it was all full of it, wasn't it, down here?
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure when they defeated Dark Beast Ganon and like sealed him away or whatever Zelda did,
Well,
um,
it's just like the
it,
rest of
it
the game.
probably took all the Calamity Gunk and possession and everything away.
Well, see, the game, it was teaching you the whole time. When you hit the eyeball, the gunk poofs away. And when you hit the
Yeah,
big eyeball, it really poofed away.
yeah. I like to believe though that there's just an unlucky person or something that like the gunk stayed on their house or something. And they had to get a broom and sweep it up. It's like Filch at the end of the Harry Potter movies
Oh, yeah.
when he's just like sweeping the main hall.
Or he's sweeping up after Fred and George. I think he kept up a little bit of. Well, anyway. Yeah. I mean, I think that's about it as far as. You could probably speculate on the architectural styles and the what his arm is
I'm
doing.
sure everyone's already writing up their Zonai theories.
You got your Triforce. I mean, there's triangles on. What's up with this guy? Like, why?
Yeah, I
Why would
can't
you
tell
show
if
this
it's
guy?
friendly or not. It's probably important. I don't know.
Yeah, now that you. When I first saw him, I was like, oh man, he's probably a hostile guy, and but you brought up that he could be like a some NPC you interact with.
Yeah.
He does got a broom on his chest.
Yeah, yeah, he has like a button. It's like you have to fix him or something.
It's yeah, and it's
Uh,
not red, and it's got like the ancient
yeah,
glowy stuff on it.
there's nothing about his design that screams enemy. It could still be an enemy. Um, but like he doesn't have glowy eyes or anything. And he has like you already mentioned it, he has like a similar style to everything else around there. The rest of the Sky Island stuff.
That hair though. Yeah, it looks like he's held together with the ancient technology, magic stuff.
Hmm. Sometimes that stuff is built specifically to test Link, though, and it's like, hey, we're on the same side, but I'm gonna attack you anyways to see what you're about.
Does got hands.
Those hands are feet, claws.
Yes.
I think they're probably hands. I wish you could see the bottom of it. I'm trying to figure it out. I think
Yeah.
it's just rearing up. It's probably like a giant lizard thing. You just can't see its bottom half.
Actually, it looks like it's rearing down. He's
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was saying. Like he's
yeah.
bending down to get a closer look at you or
It's like, oh,
something.
oh, hey there. Digging the streamers.
Yeah,
Probably Zelda's touch.
I wonder if you can like have other paragliders with like different designs or something.
I mean, I can.
Look, Michael, some of us played on official hardware.
Okay, I have a question. So Link, he came back to. He just woke up after sleeping for 100 years because he was in a stasis chamber.
Right.
How does Zelda get back? I'm kind of unclear about this.
So I think when she was holding off Ganon for that long, she probably did it in like a separate plane of existence, like in the sacred realm or something.
Uh,
I'm guessing she entered also kind of like a stasis almost, but it was like a magical stasis and not a technology pressure cooker chamber.
yeah, it wasn't like Ocarina of Time where they're like, you're you weren't big enough, so we just held you for 7 years without your consent. But anyway,
Just got raptured into the sacred realm and had to sleep for 70%.
yeah, like Zelda would just come back as an old woman. Like,
Well, I guess Link must not have minded too much because he kept going back.
going back.
Well, yeah, because you go and return the Master Sword and you get sent back in time, and then you take it back out and you get sent forward again. So I'm just saying, if Link really didn't like it, he probably would have just like put back the Master Sword and never come back.
Oh, like in Majora's Mask.
Yeah, all this time we thought Majora's Mask actually happened after the events of Ocarina of Time, after Link did all that.
This was
But it
just
was
a break.
actually just a separate timeline where he ran away instead.
He was like, you know what? I'm done with this. And
Yeah,
the
which
universe
explains
is
why
like,
Navi ditched him.
yeah,
Because Navi just ditches him without saying anything. Everyone thought that was weird. No, she did it because Link was giving up, and she's like, "Well, I'm not hanging out with a coward like you. I'm gonna go find myself a real hero."
and that's where Link learns his lesson.
Mm-hmm. And he tries to go get her back. I swear I'll do it this time. I'll fight Ganon.
So I think there's a face that pops up here.
Are we doing an
It
ink blot
looks,
test now?
I think it's.
Hold on, I see a question mark.
Hold on. Roberto from Futurama. Hold on. Do, 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 do.
Oh my goodness, that second sentence is a trip.
He's a mentally unstable robot who likes stuff. Yeah, so it makes sense, you know, because there's two eyes and a
I didn't say it
face.
was a confusing sentence. It was a well-written sentence.
Well, I make well, you can see it how it looks like it's in the calamity, maybe. Anyway, we, you know,
This is a good place to end, I think. Yeah. Instead of having a direct, they should have just freeze framed on this for the rest of the
Yep.
30 minutes.
They're like, well, that was Zelda. Not very good at climbing, but it's fine.